All right, Mr. Taliaferro TV, how's everybody doing out there? A little NBA news that I thought was more than just a quick fact, something that I could kind of talk about and give you guys a little bit of detail on. As the Los Angeles Lakers season, the fire finishes in flames. Another injury. I mean, this team has seen, goodness grief, the amount of injuries that the team has had has been ridiculous. Start the season off, Rajon Rondo kind of goes in and out of the lineup. Okay, we get to Christmas Day. Rondo finally returns. LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers taking on the Warriors. They blow the Warriors out in the first half. LeBron gets injured in the third quarter. The Warriors come back, and then LeBron gets injured. And then the Lakers go on a run, right? LeBron considers returning. The groin starts acting up even more. He can't return. So the Lakers end up blowing that game out. Ironically, on Christmas Day, they go into Golden State and blow out a young team. They play well with their star in the first half, and then they find a way to sustain a run from Golden State, and then end up blowing the Warriors out by almost 30 points. The champs on Christmas Day, right? So, like, the climax of their season is right there. They're fourth place in the Western Conference. And then LeBron tweets out the next day, he dodged a bullet. He ended up missing about a month or two worth of games. And unfortunately, the Lakers season has never been the same since. While LeBron James is out, Lonzo Ball injures his ankle against the Houston Rockets. Now we're hearing that it could be because of the big baller brand shoe that he wears. It's been bad in Los Angeles. Brandon Ingram's out for the season. His elbow, he had a blood clot in it. Kyle Kuzma's been in and out of the lineup as of late. And another one, it's happening to LeBron and all the young guys, right? All the top tier talents. Now Josh Hart will miss the remainder of the season, and he'll be out the next 3 months. Can't do anything basketball related as he goes through surgery. He's had a lot of knee tendonitis. He's missed a lot of games as of late. And then tried to come back, and he's just shutting it down. I mean, what's the point? We got, like, the Lakers season's about to end in about 2 weeks. They'll be home for the summer. He's just shutting it down a couple weeks early to go ahead and get started on that process. He's going to actually go through knee surgery to just get the body right. You know, he doesn't play above the rim, and for him to be going through the pain that he's going through, it just, to me, what I'm seeing is a guy who's still trying to get acclimated to the vigors of an entire regular season in the NBA, kind of tripling that game load. He ain't even made the playoffs yet, but it's still about 3 times the amount of games that he was playing at Villanova. So it's a lot of games on the body, and I just think he's a guy that has not gotten used to it yet. And he's going to end this season early. I will say this, from a trade standpoint, the Lakers are going to be very involved trying to go after Anthony Davis at the bare minimum. If that doesn't work out, they're going to have to go trade somebody else. Let's talk about Anthony Davis, right? Josh Hart will be out for 3 months bare minimum. Again, he can't even resume basketball activities until 3 months. I counted 3 months from now, April, May, June. That gets us literally to about a week after the NBA draft. The NBA draft is like June 20th. And I was thinking, my guess is an Anthony Davis trade will happen around June 15th. Because the finals are in around the 5th or so, like that of June. And then right after the finals, we have the NBA draft. My guess is, because of the Boston Celtics and the amount of picks that they'll have, we expect them to be the top trade suitor for Anthony Davis here on my platform. My guess is the Pelicans would want to make a trade with Anthony Davis for their star Anthony Davis before the NBA draft. That way they could see the picks that the Celtics have. I'm going to be honest with you, just to be transparent with you. Once the NBA draft lottery happens and the Celtics find out if they're going to get the Grizzlies pick or the Clippers pick, I personally believe the Celtics and Pelicans are going to get on the phone under the table and already start talking about a deal and try to hash out a deal. My guess is for sure the deal gets done around the 15th of June when the finals are over, so nobody gets in trouble. And I think right around then is where they're going to try to get a deal done, which means if the Pelicans don't like the deal that the Celtics have, to me, in my opinion, Josh Hart is now off the table. I don't think the Pelicans would trade for somebody that they haven't seen play yet in Josh Hart. That's my opinion. I don't know that to be true. Again, he doesn't play above the rim, but I just don't see the Pelicans, because now you're asking them to potentially trade for 3 injured players if they do business with the Lakers. Lonzo's out with an injury. Brandon Ingram's out with an injury. He won't be back until around training camp, reportedly, with that elbow injury, that wacky blood clot. And now Josh Hart. Honest to God truth, outside of Anthony Davis, a lot of these talents are becoming untradeable. I don't see anybody like, let's say the Pelicans wanted Ingram, Kuzma, Lonzo, and Hart. All 4 of these guys have had somewhat serious injuries this year. You really think the Pelicans would take a deal where all 4 of the talents that they're getting back are borderline injured? I just don't see that happening, man. I'm sorry. I just don't think that to be true. And I think the Lakers' plans have been altered a lot by injuries. Now, I actually like Josh Hart. I think he'll be a decent piece to keep around. But if you had to trade him, he would have to go. And I just don't see the Lakers being able to trade this guy, even if it's not Anthony Davis, it's someone else. All their nice young talents are injured right now. These guys almost be wearing these big baller brand shoes. So it's going to be tough for the Lakers to pull off a trade. So that Josh Hart injury, it might be a big one if that's the deciding piece, another pick and Josh Hart on the end of a deal with the Pelicans if they try to do business with, if they do business with the Lakers or not. That's a big deal. And right now the Lakers are going through the injury bug, and it's hurting their plans to try to build a really good team next year. Injury bug got the best of the Lakers this season. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
You are now tuned in.
Yeah, we locked in right now, Mr.
Taliaferro.
Shout out to Mr. Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr.Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV. Here with the triple B's. You can't do nothing but win.